The aim of our experiment is to detect the synergistic action of two antibiotics. Two drugs may be given because they are strongly synergistic in their bactericidal action, being strongly acidyl in combination, though or not completely acidyl when used separately. Synergistic acidyl effect is required mainly in the treatment of subacute infective endocarditis, in which a complete bactericidal effect is essential for cure. The technique used in this experiment involves placing filter paper strips or discs soaked in solutions of different antimicrobial agents onto seeded agar plates such that they overlap, and after incubation examining the nature of any areas of growth inhibition surrounding the intersections. So here we have our requirements for the experiment. Dettol for disinfecting the table, sterile cotton swab, saline suspension of S. aureus OD 540 nanometer adjusted to 0.5 macfarlane, antibiotic A, which is sulfamethoxazole, antibiotic B, trimethoprim, sterile Whatman filter paper strips, sterile Mueller and Hinton agar plates with markings for antibiotics which are to be placed, alcohol in a beaker and forceps, lighter. Here is the procedure for our experiment. Step 1 is disinfection. As good laboratory practices, we disinfect our working area before we start our experiment. So for step 2, we swab our sterile Mueller-Hinton agar plates with the test organism, which is S. aureus. Step 3 is we first sterilize the forceps with alcohol. Then we pick up a strip of sterile Whatman filter paper. We load it with antibiotic A, that is sulfamethoxazole. It is then placed on a sterile Mueller and Hinton agar plate on the line marked as A. Now we take another strip of sterile filter paper and now load it with the antibiotic B, trimethoprim. It is then placed on the same plate on the line marked as B. Now we incubate the plate for 24 hours at 37 degrees Celsius. As you can see, there is a zone of inhibition caused by antibiotic A and B. So now we will be checking the combined effect of antibiotic A and B as well as the individual effects. So for that, we will first mark the zone of inhibition for each individual antibiotic. So to measure the zone of inhibition, we will first start from this point right there. And we make a line between them. We will repeat the same thing for antibiotic B. Now we are done measuring individual effects. For the combined effect, we measure diagonally. We have measured the zone size on the plate using a scale. And this is what we have got for each. We have noted down the values here. So for A, we got 2.6 centimeter after conversion, which becomes 26 millimeters. Next value for A is 2.4 centimeter converted to 24 millimeters. We took the average of both, which we got 25 millimeter. Next up, we calculated the zone for B. We got 1.8 centimeter, which after conversion becomes 18 millimeter, and 1.2 centimeter after conversion is 12 millimeter. We took the average of the both, we got 15 millimeters. We calculated the C, that is the combined effect of A and B. We got 4.9 centimeter, which after conversion is 49 millimeter, and 5.4 centimeter, which after conversion is 54 millimeter. We took the average of the both and we got 51.5 millimeters. Now we have got average A, which is 25 millimeter, and average B, which is 15 millimeter. Now we add the two and we got 40 millimeter. Average C was 51.5 millimeters. So now we can say that A plus B is smaller than C. As per the definitions, synergistic action is A plus B is smaller than C. Additive action is A plus B is equal to C. And antagonistic action is A plus B is greater than C. So according to our calculations, the final result is A plus B is smaller than C. Since A plus B is smaller than C, the action of antibiotics is synergistic. That is, the combined effect of the antibiotics is better than the individual effect. So hence we can say that the action was synergistic.